Analogy, Miami, Florida. What happens when the beat stops? I say, what happens when the beat stops and the inspiration is gone and the angels eavesdrop? Will you still prepare for this moment like it's everything when everything is gone? Will you work hard during an endless drought or pack your bags and migrate down south, fleeing from the chance to pursue bravery? If it ain't visibly even, will you battle for what you believe in? Some people's sincerity only goes as far as what they feel they're entitled to. In order to see change, how much of yourself are you willing to rearrange? Are you willing to separate from the pack and go against the grain? How many no's is your foundation equipped to handle before the pressure gets too heavy and you dismantle? Are you built for this? Are you willing to go to war when your muscles are sore, calluses galore, spar against the wind? Are you willing to do anything? Do you want to be one with the sun, or are you just merely a figment? Are you built for the distance, the lies, and the resistance? Are you willing to move without the basketball? Because after all, your greatest advantage is what you do when no one is watching. Will you abort your passion and fight to the end because dreams don't expire and giving up is not an option? How desperate is your cry? Tell me your reason for doing this and why. What if there's no applause? What happens when silence becomes silent? Are you passive or violent, complacent or belligerent? Where does your determination lie? Is it in the constellations or the standing ovations? Do you eat, sleep, and bleed this? Is it your salvation? Are you willing to bend a middle finger to the world and dive head first into your craft? How bad do you want it, I ask? Will you sit in the back of the bus or in the front of the class? Are you into making excuses or getting results? Are you willing to dig deep in order to fly high, or do you just do this for the high fives? If so, let's not pretend. Were you called? Or were you chosen? Or are you just posing? Are you focused or distracted? Be real, stop acting. Is this a habit or a hobby? Have you ever broke out in a cold sweat in the lobby and then gathered yourself and said, God got me? There are levels to this. Are you willing to risk everything for that very thing that's unpopular? How bad do you want it? Do you have the tenacity to push up on it, set spark the flame and set it off? Or are you just getting your rocks off? Are you willing to take the road less traveled? Are you willing to give your all to one listener when everyone else has turned the channel? I say, what happens when the beat stops and the curtain opens and your heart drops and you can hear pin drop silence? Will you still prepare for this moment like it's everything when everything is gone?